Anyway, all right. We yesterday we got the computers all finished because the oil's coming and everything, and we're diagnosing a few things. And I wanted to make sure that any excess heavy oil residue that's going to fuel, that's going to power, gets sunk. So I'm going to, before it enters the generator, the refineries, I'm going to package it. So I'm going to package it, and then I'm going to put a smart splitter, and then I'm going to unpack it and feed that into the generators, into the refineries. If there's a build-up of the unpacking process, then we're going to sink the heavy oil residue coming in, and then that will prevent any backflowing stuff from happening. All right, so let's go over. I've got all these excess canisters. Abby, hello, how are you? How's the day? It was very good, thanks, Abby. Just busy working on some videos and fiddling around with some things. It's been good. What about yourself? Waiting for the incognito redeemed interest and it failed, such as life goes. Indeed it is. Alright, we've got this deadlock issue again. And it's a quartz crystal again. It's doing my head in. I know what's going on now. And we've got to... It's just the way I'm exiting this building, and that's crossing over other routes is causing my issue. So we're going to have to redo these again and come up with another way to do them. I was thinking about this the other day, because that caused those to back up. The highlight redeemed work, Gaz, but it's not, I don't have anything triggered in my bots to make that work. Like, it's just a Twitch thing that just shows it in the Twitch chat. I don't actually have any fancy effects set up for that. Whereas the Make It Rain
Look out, gifted
is something
subs are
completely
about.
different. Look out.
Thank you Fritoy 911 for gifting 1 subs.
Whereas Fritoy's awesome gifted sub, that worked. So I think it's back and working again. It was just a weird Twitch chat issue I was getting some errors with. Thank you very much for your generosity and support there, Fritoy. Absolutely amazing. There's some more vehicles up here that are just doing nothing. So I don't really understand what's happening here. This is one of these things where don't know. And I believe if you just leave it, it'll fix itself. Oh, you don't have to worry about trying and make it rain again. It's all good. Thanks anyway. It's just such is life sometimes. Not everything's perfect. Not everything always works. So why isn't this one wanting to run? My faith in trucks is being tested. There you go. Now this one should start going. Uh-oh, look out. What's going on there? A treasure chain just started in your channels. Participants save 35% or on 5 or more gifted subs at level 2. Wow. That's pretty amazing. All right. And old maybe Fritoy helped kick that off. Right. I'm not going to get anything done at this rate. I'm a bit warm. I'm going to take my jacket off because it's causing me issues. All right. I hope everyone's doing well today. We a few little quirks to start off with, but we'll be right. Now, I can't remember what I was doing. We're going to do the packaging, and I need to do the re-recording. I'm going to do the packaging first, and the re-recording can come. But the re-recording causes... The issue that's caused at the moment is making some annoyances. Yeah. I don't know how to... I don't have a way to fix that. That's just a Twitch thing. This happens from time to time. We're streaming, and we just have to... I just move on. I can't... Everything else is working okay, so that's all I'm happy about. We'll just leave that. We may not have some redemptions for the day. Rightio. All good. Let us know if you try and sort it or anything. We'll smash some redeems. No worries, guys. Appreciate it. All right. Okay. And going up the wall is definitely I'm going through right now. And what's happening here is I've learnt that vehicles crossing another path cause the deadlocks, and there's nothing you can do about it. So what I've been thinking about doing here is something a bit different. I don't know. I really either I don't know. I'm struggling to understand what I should do here. Because I need the... I could exit out this side here, I suppose. I do have room. I could exit out here. I don't really want to go back that way. That's my problem. I want to go that way. What's the plan for the day? Trying to get... I want to package the heavy oil residue and set up some overflow for it, but there's also this issue with the quartz trucks that are causing me some headaches, and I'm thinking about a couple of different ways to overcome that. It's frustrating. Whenever I turn my back, they decide to get locked up, and then I'm going to go and deal with it. Maybe... So yeah, I'm just trying to think about how that is going to happen. It's not what I wanted to do. I thought I'd fix this yesterday, but still not fixed, so I need to come up with another idea. I think kind of... Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it a bit more. I'm going to go and do some of that heavy oil residue stuff and think about it for a bit. It's going to keep annoying me, but I've got plans and things to do. He was a wool rider indeed, guys. Rightio. Alright, so what I was talking about was in this factory here. For all these machines here that have heavy oil residue coming in, I'm going to take the heavy oil residue coming in, package it and unpackage it, and then if the unpackaging process backs up, then I'm going to sink what's feeding into it, and then that will prevent any upstream heavy oil residue causing other issues. So we're going to... There's 200 heavy oil residue coming in here. So I was going to put... Alright, so they... If I did 50 a minute, that's right, I was going to do 170 a minute, maybe 175, just to deal with a bit of excess. And that's I can do 4 machines of the packaging, join them, sink them, and then, or sink any overflow, then the output 4 machines and then into there. So for that to happen, we're going to do I'm going to put these at here. So 4 machines. Do I do 4 or do I do... Yeah, I have to do 4 because of the overclocking. Okay. Now we might... I might use the space above it. So that one's going to come in there. Actually, the heavy oil residue is coming in up here. And there's so much spare space up here for this one. Let's do it up here. That makes a lot more sense. So I could do Let me think about this. I think I know how I want to do it now. Let's just got to think about a few different scenarios here that actually fits nicely. So I could do I think I'm gonna put them just a bit up. And we'll put some stuff to support them. Let's have a look. Even because I have to deal with the, I also have to deal with the canisters as well. So I think I might put I'm just trying to do things a bit differently here. So there's going to be canisters coming out. Because if that's unpackaged. %175%. Just realized something. So the packaging process does 52.5 a minute. There's that vehicle deadlock again. But the unpackaged process is a different rate. So if I wanted an output of 52.5 per minute, I can only get an output of 50 per minute. Oh, so that's probably going to split that between 5 machines then. I don't want to do 200 exact. I want to do a bit more. So maybe 42 point... 42.5 times 5 is 212.5. That would help. Abby, yeah, sorry mate, it's none of the redemptions are going to work by the looks of it. I don't know what it is. Problems like these, I've just got to leave them for the next day. I'm not going to get anywhere trying to fix it. There'll be something at Twitch's end. Right, 200, and those... we're going to have to sort these trucks out. They're just... it's caused... the current changes I've done have made an even bigger problem. Alright, let's go and work out what we're going to do about those. It's not what I wanted to deal with today, but it's what is going to have to happen. Seems so, but you were excited to confuse me with the numbers. It was a perfect opportunity to use that redemption. Absolutely. Unfortunately, it's just not on the cards today. Wow, it's actually now today it's at this in the right. That's a full way. Yeah, there's too much going on at this intersection. Alright, I'm going to go, once this clears, I'm going to go and pause all the trucks at the quartz end and then come up with my solution to the problem. That's very annoying. Anyway. But it definitely makes you learn about optimal paths. Rightio. Well, here we are again the next day, redoing all this process again. Just going to wait for each of the vehicles to come back. We'll pause them. And then I'll figure out how I'm going to do my quartz. I've got an idea. Rightio. see if I can get this other one. They're all coming at the same time. He points back, not a problem at all. It's going to be this one. See if I can get this one down here before it leaves. Oh, that might be all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. So that's all of those. Now let's head back over here. Bringing him this way I don't mind. I kind of like coming in this way. So maybe... I could come in here. I could come through here. No, that's going to conflict with that. I don't want to interrupt that. I don't mind the idea... Thinking I could bring them in here, come in the factory through here, that's one way. I don't want to... I was thinking of coming underneath, but that's not a good plan. I have to stop using this intersection. There's too much going on here. So a different way of going about it is I could move them into this building next to us. And then that way I could bring them in here and move this somewhere to a different location. That's fine. And they come in here, I want them to exit down the other end too. So they came in here. That machine could stay there. It's not a big deal. Where's the intersection? Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. What am I not a fan of here? Is it just the... It's just the conveyor belt. Alright, I'm going to go over here and get rid of some stuff. I think I've got a plan. Now I need to think about this a bit more. Yeah, and actually, hold on. While I'm thinking about it, I want to empty out some of my inventory, so let's go do that first. All that's being automated. Tickets go up there. We'll go in there. And then up here, I'm just going to put some wooden leaves. Alright, there we go. I always wonder how you have a clean inventory. I have random junk and always full in my inventory. Have you unlocked the dimensional depot, Abby? And you check this box, take from the dimensional depot first. So generally the only time my inventory fills up is when I'm deleting stuff. And then sometimes I've got too much, I go and dump it in that box, and then that will all go and sync it properly. What's happening, Randy? Hey? You come up for a pat, are you? Come on. All right. Hey? What's going on? Hmm? Yeah? This way. I have the dimensional depot thing, but I'm always afraid I would be out of things. Well, why don't you just try it? There's only one way to find out. Gaz, how you going? Let me tell you, I used to have a build train that was it'd be 20 or 30 train carriages long, and it would have, like, there'd be a concrete carriage, a plates carriage, a rod carriage, a modular frames carriage, and so on and so on and so on. And I'd drive that around, and I'd have access to what I needed when I was building. When I've come back and started playing 1.0 with the Dimensional Depot, I've not had the desire to build a build train. I always seem to have something on me with the Dimensional Depot. And the only times are when I'm decided to build a massive amount of concrete, and I deplete my supplies. Gaz is smashing out the raid emotes, the Randy emotes, but yeah, he's done. That's as simple as that. I've got hair everywhere. Thanks, Randy. Good day. You can also drop stuff from your inventory in the Dimensional Depot. That's right, Ronan. Absolutely. So when you're in your inventory, the reason why I don't dump stuff in is because all the things that I want to put in there, they're already full. I have from every one of my production lines, like Pulse Novus. Guess what? I automate Pulse Novus. So yeah. Everything's automated, so that it's always there. Sponger, you used to have to run back and forth constantly, but basically never have inventory problems now. Dimensional depots are the best. Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. All right, if I was to bring the truck in down that road there, and came in here, if I exit, I don't want to exit out here and hit this road because there's one truck there. I don't want to exit out and hit that. I think all my problems have been trying to cut across the traffic. Let's try recorded routes that go with the flow of the traffic, maybe. New City Builder game might be worth checking out on your next Indie Night Smoking. Town to City, as it's called. Very good, Gaz. Thank you. Abby, I'm always afraid to drop it because I always think I might need it. Well, the good thing is, this game, things that cost you nothing. There's nothing in this game that can't be built. Like, there's not a short supply, is what I'm trying to say. What about if I came in we come in this way, we come down that road there, we enter in here, so we turn left off the road, and then we exit out here and we turn left and we head back out this way. The only thing I don't like about this is when we get all the way back over here, I'm crossing over all the traffic. So when I was bringing my vehicle here, here's what we can do. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. So we'll come here. Yeah, I don't really want to. I was thinking not. Come underneath here. Turn around, like drive around and enter the path of traffic here. I don't really like that. Could be here. No. Because it's this one, and that one. They're the three stations we're heading towards. And I need to be coming in. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to merge in here, I reckon. We're going to do... I wonder if these go... I don't know. It's going to be barriers. Okay, so I've got this coming in here. Okay. Realistically, try this. Come up a bit more. Yeah, I reckon that's the height I'm going to go with. So I'm going to have the truck coming down around here, so probably right about here. Maybe one less. I think that's what I'm going to do. Where are we? I need that. I've got to think about this because I'm also going to have copper coming in here via train. That's okay, it can be over here. Yeah, I think that's not a big deal. Right, that's going to come down here. Rightio. We use our modern railings. I think I might use the other ones here. We'll deal with stability later. Let's just get it built and working. Alright, that might be it. I don't know if I can get that over to here. Oh, I can, nice. There we go. All right. So I think we're good. I can bring the truck in here, drive it around, come up that side, and then I'm joined into the traffic, and then go down there and for the other direction, it's normal driving that way. And it's going to be heading down here. Follow that. And then that way. All right. Let's give it a go. Looks like I killed that bean for no reason at all yesterday. Oh well. So 19, 18, this is 17. So this is so 17's there. So I'm going to come in 17's the first one. All right, let's give it a go. Attempt number 5, I think. 4 or 5. I want to try something. If I load the path, that's this one here. If I go delete path, I still have to delete the path here. Right. Drag a lefty. Yeah. Am I going to hit issues with those trucks there? I don't know. We're going to find out. Colin Scare, hello, welcome. How am I doing this fine windy day? Not too bad, thank you. Just trying to sort out some truck issues with that quartz truck. Getting distracted. What about yourself? What's been happening? I think I need to destroy that boulder there, and the tree and the bush. Right. Let's watch that. I've spent the last 3 days hating myself for going with the circular design with the factory just completed, many bits and bobs where things just don't quite line up, and in general just a pain, but I think it was worth it overall. Nice. Yeah. That's the curse of the circle building. He's trying to get things lined up. Gotta let him do his thing. Alright, that looks fine. Thanks a lot, Gaz. Watch him, see how he goes. See, I think I'm going to have the same issue here because I've got vehicles coming out of there that cut across the front. I don't know, this is a really bad... I think I've screwed this path up. That might be okay. Get rid of this one here. Oh, actually, that might be a no. I don't want to delete nodes so I don't know what they're for. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. If this doesn't work, I'm not sure. I'm going to watch it run again to make sure it gets through that corner I screwed up with the recording. I'm happy with all of that part of it. Just let it do its thing. Comes through here okay, it's just that last turn into the building where I was a bit wasn't had the right speed control. But hopefully those nodes are deleted will sort that out. Oh, wow, that's just like a glove. I'm just going to leave this here and do the other two. Let's do number 18, number 19. And then we'll just see what happens. Turn them all back on and see what happens. Where's number 19? He's over here for some reason. Where is it? That's the First time I've had that happen. That's right. Ah. Yeah. Oh, you mean number 19? I'll just teleport back to where you want me to be. It's there now. You guys hiding my truck on me. There it is. Frickin' hell. I'll start my recording from up here. RV, it was always there. Nothing to see here. Exactly. Nothing to see here. Move along. Wow. FPSN redeem Make It Rain. Thanks very much for clicking the Make It Rain Channel Points Redemption Award. By clicking the Make It Rain Channel Points Redemption Award, you've agreed to donate $69 towards the part-time streamer fund. And I also need to redo that path because I just screwed up. I got too close. Simply follow one of the links in chat where you can make that donation or choose 6,900 bits. And yeah, you can fulfill your part of the obligation. Thank you. Let's start again. I got distracted there. Yeah, I think that the Twitch thing may have resolved itself. Like I said, some of those issues you can't resolve in the moment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Yeah,
7.
there you go.
9, 10, 11, 12.
Common scare's got
13,
confusion.
14, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4.
Did that one? Which one that was? Just have to be careful. That's why I don't worry too much about it when those things happen. They'll resolve themselves. But thank you for checking. It was definitely not confusing. Rightio. Yeah, I think I'm going to have the same issue along the front of that face of the building now. Let's see what happens. Here's the conclusion. Smirkin loves trucks and trains. End of story. Yeah, they're not too bad. I mean, trains have their place, but definitely I'm sharing the love with the trucks. People have a lot of problems with trains as well. And once you put the work in, they work. And I'm finding the same with the trucks. Before, I think it was in update 8, they were redone properly. But I never played update 8, so I really don't know if that's when they were properly fixed, but they were good for the 1.0 release, that's for sure. Rightio. Early trucks were awful. RV Park, they certainly were. Like even update 4 or update 5, they did a big rework of them. And they were better, but they were still bad. And that's kind of around the same time that I decided to stop using them. No, when I decided to give the game a rest, so I also stopped streaming a little bit after that. Because I had things going on. Trucks were fine ever since they added the anti-stuck and warping out of range. I see, yep. Yeah, there's still this collision thing that happens, deadlocking. And that's the bit that's really I don't like. That's the one thing that causes me to go, ugh, if only this worked better. But in all fairness, I'm building quite a condensed scenario of trucks in a city, so it does. I could be pushing the limits of how many you can have running in the same area. Deadlocking you can manage, but I find the arrows marks annoying. I don't know if there's a way to make it stop showing. Personally, I find it bad. Yeah, you can turn it off. When you're in a vehicle, you can go hide node markers. That's right, Comiskey. Yeah. That's something I might do later on when they're all running smoothly. And when I'm doing planning and all that, it really helps see what's where. All the lights just turned on. It's taking a while because it's unloading a full load. It's interesting though, because like my steel ingot factory has got 11 trucks routed through it, and I never get problems from it. So there's a lot of activity around that location. After I re-recorded all the routes cleanly. But also I really don't have any crossover routes, so I think that's why I don't get the deadlocking. Mm. 11 is big numbers to me. I'm a guy having one truck for one cold node. That's what I've got, Abby. There's, I think, 5 trucks for 5 cold nodes, and that's 5 trucks, 5 truck stations, and there's 6 trucks and 6 truck stations for iron nodes. So that's 11 in underneath one building. Rightio. Pause this one here when it comes in. And then we'll do the last one and turn them all back on and see what happens. This one here. So all vehicle paths shows everything. Load vehicle paths. You can search. You can, yeah. I don't know the difference. I don't know why there's 2 tabs there. Commie Scare. Challenge myself to actually design buildings is really starting to show. I'm currently working on elevator phase 4 components and my save is already at 2100 hours. Yeah, it's amazing how long it adds to the save, isn't it? Yeah, we're on 392 hours and we haven't finished phase 4 yet. Phase 3, sorry. Alright, just about finished, and I'll get back to chat. Sorry, this is the focus time. Right. Side notes, I play on a dedicated server, so I would say about 500 hours are just a server running to stockpile products. I've entirely cut and redone multiple parts of your world. I see, yep. Abby, you can see the hide node path option. Yeah, very useful. Okay, that one looks good. Coming in nicely. Went a bit wide on that turn, but that's all right. We definitely haven't had that traffic jam here since we've turned all these off, but we're about to turn them back on. So it'll be interesting to see how everything goes. That was the last one, so you can turn all those other routes back on, assuming this all works nicely, which it should. All it's got to do is go down and around. Oh, that seems good. I'd love to see a fluid truck in the game. I reckon that'd be cool. Yeah, you're also wondering why that is not a thing. Yeah, it's one of those odd ones, like you wonder if they ever planned for it, but maybe that's where maybe they thought when they added pipes, they added packaging and unpackaging, and that was their answer to it. To make things less complicated. I think it'd be another a cool unlock in aluminium, maybe. You know, having an aluminium truck. In the aluminium tech tree, having that as an unlock in like Mark V logistics. Because then you could say, well, the tanker's made out of aluminium. Alright, we'll just go and enable this other one down here and they're all running. Yeah, I think this is much better now. The only concern I have is the in front of this iron building, these exits. Now, we'll just wait and see. Actually, I'm going to go check over here because I might buy another statue because I think we've got enough coupons for the next one in the store. That's what I've got now. Yeah, confusing creature is the next one. You bet I've got enough. So that leaves us with the golden nut next.
Congratulations on purchasing this statue. It is a truly spectacular and one-off event. If you believe you have heard this message before, please examine yourself for signs of temporal anomalies.
Let me make a note of that. What's that? That is... Geez, that doesn't take up much room. Actually, let's put this one back here. A tanker truck that is somehow part of aluminum tech would be a decent idea, but also create a huge discrepancy with fluid stations and wagons. Yep. Make all your nuts be gold, RV. Absolutely. Side effect of taking so long to build factories, I have 2 gold nuts before finishing phase 4. Wow. That's pretty cool. Alright. May being with you. Oh, I see the joke there. Very nice. Rightio. It's all legs. Certainly takes up a bit more screen real estate than the previous one. But the last one was a bit skinnier, but it had the Pioneer at the top of it. This one you can't even see the top. Yep, all you see is 4 legs. Exactly. Alright, back to my packaging idea. Right, so what did I determine? I determined that for unpacking, yeah, I need, it's going to be 5 machines at 42.5%, at 42.5 per minute, and for packing, then I could do
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Nice
10,
try.
11, 12. So 11, 12, 13, 14. 2, 3, 4.
70.833.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Maybe 43, 44, 45. So 45 times 5 divides 3, or 225. Okay, that's what we'll aim for. So in this one, confusion work that time. In this one, we go for 45 per minute. No, in the, hold on, in the packager, we go for 75 per minute. Perfect. And in the unpackager, we go for the 45. So I can do 5 machines unpacking and 3 machines packing. Do you know what makes your build realistic? The occasional choo-choo sound? Yeah, hearing the trains in the background, that sort of stuff is pretty cool, isn't it? Power augmenters are just straight up OP though. I've gathered all the slips and almost every Mercisphere. The power of just 5 augmenters is stupid, and that's without fueling them. Yes and no. Like, I prefer using the sloops to sloop the turbo fuel refineries and then overclock the generators, and I get more power that way, I find. It depends on the volume of power we're talking about though, that's the other thing. Okay, so 5 of these. So it's going to be 5 unpacking. It all depends on your base power. You're producing 130 gigawatts without augmenters. Nice. Okay, so I'm just going to put this one over here, so I've got a copy of its settings. So this is going to be an input of packaged, right? And then it's going to be an output of both unpackaged and a fluid. So I'm gonna go maybe where would I go with that? I reckon here. So if you're gonna go there, we're gonna do that. Maybe that goes there. You're playing Satisfactory just to create an all-out nuclear power plant? Wow. That's an awesome goal you've got there. So if I had just thinking about this for a second. I want this all to look symmetrical. So if that was there, At low volumes, I can understand your strategy, but I'm literally pulling 65 gigawatts out of my ass, and it essentially has more than perfect scaling. With power matrices later on, there's also now downside, and could build 5 more, since you have 104 slips and it costs, and one costs 10 slips. Yeah, understand completely. But there's also a lot of building. There's a lot of building required to add the extra power to those matrices. It's not as simple as you might think. Like, there's a lot of work required. So that's unpacking, and it's going to output 45 per minute. Alright? Even without matrices, 10% is still busted. Yeah, I don't know. It just... Think of it this way. You don't have to use them. The game is designed in such a way that allows different people of different difficulty levels to engage in the game. I think that's the best way to really look at it. Not everyone has the ability to engage like others can. So I need 5 of these. And there's no pipes for the 5. So I'm just going to put that up there temporarily. So then the next one, so I need to allow for to allow for this. That's what I need, this one. Alright. Yeah, sometimes I look at it from different player points of view, so to speak. That's what I want there. Personally, I feel like it should be 5%, since just pulling anything out of thin air does not really fit into this game. Yeah, no, I do understand what you're saying. I reckon that one there. So then that is there. That's going to go there. So that one there. And then I need this one. Should have yeah, I should have done that first. So that'll go there. That's not what I wanted. And then one of these will go That's about right. So then there. We've got 1, 2, 3. Right, that's 3, and then it's there. Time for a save. Okay, that's 4. And then I would have and now I'm going to do so there'll be 1 there. I don't think. Oh yeah, I probably do need that one there. That's to there. Had an incorrectly coloured platform. Can't have that. Okay, so we've got put this up here for a sec. Hey, it'll be time to fix that power too. Getting that properly. Going up to the roof. Because right now it just does that. So why don't we do that now? I was thinking about that. Using a I'm going to put one of these on it, like that. One there. I don't know what happened there, my mouse wasn't moving, and then I clicked it to try and see if I could fix it. I think it's there, because I nudged it. No, actually I don't. I think it's actually supposed to be there. But it might not be vertically correct. No, it's not. It's where I've got to sort it. Alright, that's that. And now I'm going to run that. I'm going to run it down this way. To the elevator. This is the old way I did it. Although that there connects to there. Oh yeah. It's not the best wiring, but that's how it is. But I should be able to get rid of this outside cable now. So I can do, I want to bring this one to no, it doesn't need to go there at all. It's this here that goes to here. And now, if I get rid of this, lost. Oh, because it's not hooked up here. Yep, okay, that's that sorted. And now I'm going to get rid of this, because I just wanted to use the beam for alignment. That goes to there. So now I can get rid of that. And that should not have changed anything. Perfect. That cleaned that up. That's been something I've been meaning to clean up for a while. Okay, so now that I've done that, perfection, I hope so. So this is our unpacking, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 225 we're accounting for. Even though the maximum we're going to bring is 200, I'm accounting for more coming in so that we can have the ability to sink. So then this is the incoming packaged. I think we'll do this. So let's put I'm going to put a splitter here. Okay, why unpack it if you're going to sink it? So, I have plastic that's being made for my computer production line. The byproduct of that plastic is the heavy oil residue. That heavy oil residue then comes over to these refineries to turn into fuel to then go to the turbo fuel. If there is a backup of the heavy oil residue for any reason, that in turn will slow down and prevent the plastic from being made for the computers, and they'll stop working. So if that heavy oil residue coming as a byproduct, I bring it in, I package it, I then put it through a smart splitter, and then I send it to the unpackagers. When they're unpackaging, if there's a build-up of heavy oil residue that is going to block going all the way back to the plastic refineries, then I can sink the packaged product, and I will never have the refineries back at making the plastic get backed up. I'm always sinking anything excess, and then that means I don't have to worry about the fuel going to the turbo fuel and all that. They can back up, it doesn't matter, because they'll just burn it as they need it. But this is the starting point where there's a chain reaction that will start here if I don't account for it, if that makes sense. Even though it's a bit of a closed loop system, things can go wrong, and this is how I'm dealing with it. I'm going to create an overflow for pipes, is the first question I ask when you join your stream. Great to see it in action. There you go. That's what I'm doing. So a splitter. It seems unnecessary, but it kind of is what I want to achieve. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Alright, so I've done this correct. Perfect. Run that down there for a sec. So I've got a pair, a single, 3 outputs, 1, 2, 3, but I don't have. So I'm going to put that before that. Alright. Doesn't seem unnecessary if you want to have a 100% efficient machine. Power won't be an issue just by adding a couple of packages. It's a win-win. Absolutely. Hopefully that's going to work out the way I think it will. Right, so this one, it's halfway. Right, good time for it save. I think that's the spot there. Yeah, that's about the same by the looks of it. Now for the middle, so this one here, so that'll come in there. And a smart splitter, it's going to come from that direction. Right, so it's going to be Mark 3 coming in there. These will be a Mark 2 coming in here. So left will be heavy packaged heavy oil residue, and right will be overflow, and that'll be none. Okay. And then I'm going to put this one here. These will go here. And they're done there. I'll leave that one there for a sec. Right, so then I've got, so all of that's going to come out and then it's going to go down that hole. This will get removed. This is going to start way back here because we're going to have, okay, so the next one is the one so this is the packager, and I'm going to have 2 of these, no, 3 of these, so their output is the pipe, but the conveyor lift, but its input is a pipe, and I'm wondering if I do that at all. I want to give it a gap of 1, like that. So these ones will be 75. So we're going to need Mark II belts. I'm going to do this. That's going to go there for the input. And then I'm going to have that one there, and then we're going to have this one first. So say there, that one there. Think like that. That's what I want. So that's one. So then the next one, I think would go there. Yep. And it's going to be there. And then grab this. This is the input. How do I do this previously? Yep, so it went straight into there. Just going to change this. Right, that there. That connects to there. Ah, I made a mistake. Alright, that's to there, that's organised to there, and then this last one. Yep, that's about right. There we go. Right, that's it there. So that's our input there. Alright, so now I'm going to get rid of these. Neat, it's getting there, thank you. It's certainly tidy and tight. How much room do I have here? I'm going to go this side for these, I think. So these are mergers for the empty canisters. It's going to have to be that one there. Alright, yeah, I'm just, looking up, but I don't have an up reference. So that's the... You know what we haven't seen? We have not had our trucks with any deadlocks. That's really positive. Hard to tell if that's centered or not. No collisions, GG, thank you. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's off either way I do it, so there's nothing I can do to resolve. Well, I can tell you what is off. Right, that looks straight. Right, so that one. Fill this in. If I need to delete it again, I will. going to do? Actually, do this one, not do this, because this is different. Oh, now this is where... This is actually very rare for me to use these, but we're going to use them here. Oh, you know what? You know what would even look better? Yeah. Nice. I was like finding a use for something that seldom gets used. Okay, so this is my returning empty canisters. That's a Mark II, that's a Mark II, that'll be a Mark III all the way. Guys, enjoy the rest of your stream. Thanks very much, guys. We'll chat to you later on. Need sleep, jobbing in the morning. Oh, break a leg. Oh, hey, you said it. Alright, so that one there. Right. Now. So I'm going to bring in yeah, that's what I need to do here. Yeah, so I need so left is going to be empty canisters. Straight ahead will be overflow. And none right. So that'll be a Mark III here. And then I'm actually going to move that. I'll put this there. because I can put yeah, so I reckon I get one of these here. About here. This will make sense in a second. So I've got to bring in empty canisters as well to supplement the canisters that get sunk and also to start the process. So they're going to come in from the ceiling here. So we're going to have perfect, and this one will be a Mark 4. Actually, I'll make it a Mark 3 to here, but okay, so the canisters coming in. Deal with that in a second. So this is the output, so I need a merger. Is this power lead I put up earlier? Luckily it's not going to get in the way. Yeah, so this merger here. Right, so that's to there, and then, so this is heading down to there. So if I did So that's the outcoming packaged heavy oil residue that heads down to here and then gets split into here, but before it gets split it gets overflowed if need be, and then that'll go right and we'll have a sink down there and we'll sink that into there, and then so that's all of that done there. So as for the incoming canisters, let's see if I can get them coming in at 1, 2, 3. If it was at 3 high, I think that'd be all right. And then because I'm going to, it's going to be there.
Hey, smacking. You just gotta follow.
Thank you Adriel_RBshek for the follow.
Adriel, thanks for dropping that follow. That's the same one? Okay, I thought so. I thought it was a similar name. So what I'm going to do here is it's not that one, it's not that one. Yeah, it'd be that one there. Alright, so I think I'm going to feed it. If I put it here, I'm just going to put a splitter here. Alright, let's do it this way. I want to put a smart splitter feeding this way, because we're going to repeat all of this again for the other heavy oil residue line down there. But we're going to focus on this one first, and then so if I've envisaged the heavy container, the empty canisters coming down there, and they'll come back here, and they'll terminate here, and then they'll go forward, and they will get sunk when they're overflowed. So left is empty canister and straight ahead is overflow. In a moment I'm going to bring them in here. Oops. Hold on. I don't think that's going to work. No. Like that for the moment. Oops. Don't remember having two, just found the actual one, no worries. That'll head to the sink. I think it'll reach from here. Oh, I mean, click hell. There it is. Is that the right one? Nope. The pipe says no. I forgot. Tell you what. We're just going to do that so it doesn't clip on the pipe. And yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Alright, let's bring some canisters across and then we'll continue. Brother, general doubt, both my accounts are linked to one Discord. Now that I logged in with this one, will it cause any issue like notification with the stream starts? Dunno. I don't think so. I'm not sure. Never. Yeah, I wish I had a better answer for you. Rightio, that. Right, this is a canister floor. And I'm already taking some canisters. I may take... What do we got left? We've got 8 machines left. What's 320? I might take them from the next floor up. Because the next floor up is there's 400 canisters. Oh, hold on. No, I only need something like 320 canisters. Oh dear. Wow, I took damage from hitting that. Thanks very much for clicking the Make It Rain Channel Points Redemption Award. By clicking the Make It Rain Channel Points Redemption Award, you've agreed to donate $69 towards the part-time streamer fund. Simply click the donation links in chat or cheer 6,900 bits and you'll fulfill your part of the obligation. Thank you very much. So I'm going to need $121. This one, we'll count it, we'll deal with it later. So that'll be, let's say 6. That's 121.5. So let's say 130 plus 200 is 330. I'm pretty sure that that's exactly what we need. That's what we've got left over in the other room, because I do have canisters coming down stairs. Those canisters go to the next building and they make packaged turbo fuel. I'm interested to see how many of those I'm using right now. So I'm using 37.5 per minute. So, and even that I'm not using it fully. So with the 400, let's say if it was 9, it's 360, yeah, it's heaps. Alright, that's perfect. So what I'm going to do is canisters are going to come in on the floor above. Yeah, alright. I'll be back in a sec, folks. Rightio. There's something else I'm going to do here. I was going to put a sink in. So let's put the sink I reckon if we put it there. Yeah, that's full. Can I? Might put one there. And Right, that can sit on that there. Yep, and then this. Do this one to here. Right, and then I'm just gonna do that for a minute. That'll deal with that, and I just need power. Right, that'll start sinking those. I can bring those across now, which is good because I can decommission a sink in the other building. I have to do this for other factory, not my other factory, but there's another another. I'll have to do 2 packaging and 2 unpackaging, I think, further down. Not a lot. It's not as much as this one because it's heavy oil. That heavy oil goes into diluted packaged fuel. Alright, so this one here. Yep, that'll be fine there. That's there. I may not get it all done today, but I will get most of the belting done. I'll get this part done. This is what I need here. Oh, that one there. Okay. Oh yeah, because you go down, you go across, and then you come back up again, and you sink down. So actually, changes now. so this here is coming to here. And then right, so that gets rid of that. And also gets rid of this, which gets rid of that sink upstairs. Oh, that's great. I'll get rid of this here. Right, so that has canisters coming through here. And they're all coming through here and being sunk. What have I got here? Right, there we go. They'll fill up into those. I'll give them power soon. I can probably switch this over today because now I just have to do the last overflow for let's work this out. So that belt might be in the way there. But that's not a big deal because all I've got to do is yeah, let's just shift that over. So that was there. That'll be there. And then that. It's a bit far, isn't it? Oh no, hold on. There we go. Right, so then... Corin, thanks for broadcast. Best wishes on everyone's day. May the force be with you, everyone. Not a problem, Corin. Thanks for hanging out. Good to have you here. Okay, so now... this output from all of these is going to go in that hole there. So this pipe here is going to enter here. So assuming I've done this correctly, I should be able to oh, that's good. Alright, so I will, before I do this, I'll need to hook up the power to all the machines. But we're pretty close. And I've got a bit of buffer room too, like I go down here. Yep, this is what I've been working towards. See how they've got a buffer full here. I don't understand why they're at 97. There must be... oh yeah, because there's something happening here where they're... I'm not making just enough, or what, I'm burning too much. But anyway, it's irrelevant. The good thing is I've got a bit of buffer from when I disconnect the pipe to reconnecting it. But before I do that, these all need to be powered. And the best way for me to power it will be... where's the power connector? There. I can just run a beam all the way along. Here's something I've been thinking about. What's the deal with braided cable? Can I put... Yeah, I don't think it's got the effect I'm after. That's not my preferred use case scenario, I think. And I just have to deal with the overflow, which I can do with that at the last step. And there's a power connector up here. So I reckon I think I'll go not to there. So go to there. Right. They'll now start feeding in containers, canisters. Right. We're all powered. I think I'm ready. No time like the present. That was not straight. They're straight into it. The pipe clearly missed its support, it did, didn't it? And this is a really good way of testing flow of how much heavy oil residue is coming in, because now I can put a throughput monitor This should be 200 roughly. Up to 225. It's going to fluctuate, but that's fine. I'll just wait till that pipe saturates, is empty before I disconnect it. It nearly is. And then all I need to do now is hook up this overflow. Which I think I'll put a merger here. Going that way. And then right, so this is outputting, this is pipe will be buffering up. There's still a bit of heavy oil left in there, I'll just let it run through. So I would say then I can go here.
Doesn't Schmirkin know there's a mod for that?
Hey, Schmorkin, there's a mod for that.
Lord of Light, how you going?
There's a mod for that.
There's a mod for that.
Good to
There's
see
a
you.
mod for that.
And a mod for that.
Yeah, good old mod for that. It's a community favorite, isn't it? Okay. So I reckon that's gonna go there. Did that line up properly? Should have, yep. You have a line in it? Of course it's my favourite. Of course. Yeah, that brings back some good memories. Oh, you remember that hospital turned factory building of yours? Yeah, Harinskia. I went into that the other day when I was looking at something. I don't know if I went into it or if I was just reminiscing, but I would like to revisit that one again. I reckon with train signalling and a full game, I reckon I could properly fill the building up. And with the aesthetic improvements, building improvements that are available now, I think it'd be a good one to revisit. Maybe maybe in a different location this time. Don't know. Something to think about for the future. Hold on, that might have reached. No. That's alright. Hey look, it's working. Well, it's sort of working. I mean, there is overflow. That's because I haven't connected the heavy oil up to the downstairs line. But this is the goal, was to have this overflow. So now that I've got all this, and this line looks completely... Oh, I'm not waiting around any longer. I've implemented my first fluid overflow. You know what? I'm going to put that there. Still going to add some supports in. However, I'm very happy with what we've achieved. I'm trying to deselect these. Alright, so now the train gives me a bit of a toot. That's what I was after. Any little bit of excess heavy oil residue is going to get sunk. Is it working? We'll check down below as well and we'll check to see if it's working. Let me tidy it. I mean, everything looks fine. Like, there's 60% but it's all backed up. But that's the whole point of this. If there's a backup, it's going to sink. And that's the goal of it. And these are bringing it in. Now, do I have... Yeah, I should have 225, 75 per minute. 225, yeah. The last time I was following Smirk, I was India. Now I've moved to the States for my Masters, finished that, and found a job here. That is absolutely awesome, Lord of Light. It's great to hear personal goals achieved. It's absolutely amazing. Right. I do need to support that platform, and we're going to do that in the future. I'm very happy with our heavy oil residue output here. So now this is heading down into these machines, and they're working fine. These will get back up to 100. I might have starved them for a little bit. But that's okay. Because that was the 200 heavy oil residue coming in, going into 4 machines. So yeah, they're currently improving. There's been a little bit of up and down going on here, but that's okay. That's part of my cut over time and doing this. That I'm not worried about. Now the next one will be these ones up here, and we'll do this tomorrow. These are running beautifully. These are running really well, actually. That's really balanced out beautifully, that system. But this is why I want to make sure that we're properly processing the heavy oil residue. Dallas planer, nice. Look at that. Well, after all this time. Now I'll do some support on this tomorrow. On this side I can do a full... I can do it now. I'm going to use these frame walls. Just put those offset. It's very easy to do that. It's so annoying they won't give us stackable ceiling pipeline supports. I know, Corin. But I have a solution for you, Corin. I don't know if you've seen it. This is how I do it. I've got Where are we? Logistics. Pipeline wall holes. I've got 14 increments of them. So I just pick the one I want, and then when I'm looking down, I lock it, and then I can just go to my thing here, and then I can bang. And then I also have, that's also a blueprint. So then I just put that where I need it. Yeah, but yeah, it's stackable. Because if you use the roof, you probably know this, and I can show anyone else that doesn't understand what I'm talking about. If I use the roof, what is it, the wall hole? The wall supports? They're not aligned they're a different size. So I do the same, Corin, with a lot of things, like splitters. I have splitters at different heights, I have mergers at different heights, I have, yeah, all that stuff. Then I'm not building and deleting, I'm just placing it at the height I want it. Right, this is going to have to do for support. Open on one side, and then, yeah, I think it's going to be fine. And this will go, I'm unsure about this, how many more machines we'll need for the next process, but we'll see. These are at 95%. It's good actually, because that would mean there'd be less coming out. Last time you played this game was update 6, I guess. Yeah, before 1.0, that's about the same for me. And here we go. This is what I wanted. This is any excess heavy oil residue. That's what I wanted. I wanted it being sunk. Kind of hard to get some pictures, good pictures of what's going on here. Ah, here we go, I've got an issue here. This one's not running. This is where my overflow is happening. Yeah, that's why I was getting overflow, because one of them wasn't doing its job. I'm glad I noticed that. Alright. Gonna try and get back to sleep a bit, but good to see you again, Lord Light. Definitely good to see fellow friends, isn't it, Corin? Absolutely. And then that now should be getting even less overflow. I wonder if I was starving these because of that oversight. I probably was, because these have all dropped down. Nice. Which is a bad thing and a good thing. Now that I've all the buffer, yeah, things are working really nicely. Overflow dealt successfully, I agree. Alright. So this will, that's already improving. $2.25 a minute is what I'm bringing in. The reason why I'm bringing 225 in, but I'm only making 200, is because where it's all coming from, there's a lot of build-up in the buffers and all that. Is the website still up? It certainly is, Lord of Light. Part of this tutorial series is getting that website up to date. So yeah, this is actually going to, yeah, in a matter of hours, achieve what I wanted to achieve. Satisfactory.guru, that's the one. Yeah, Corin's even got it there. Corin, you should be going to bed. Cool, well this'll, nice. I'm happy with this. Really happy. On that note though, I think we've achieved a lot today. I was a bit down in the dumps originally with the having to redo that quartz crystal again, but we haven't had collisions since, and that's been awesome. Really happy with that. I feel like we've got those vehicles down pat nicely. There's lots of things coming together now. Like I made 800 excess canisters just for making the first turbo fuel production line, and I was only using 37.5 of them. Now we're going to be using almost 400 of them for this process, which is absolutely awesome. Not entirely 400 because it is a somewhat closed loop system. That's what I should have added. That's what I need to do. That's the last thing. A priority merger. I've completely forgot about it. Have I not unlocked that in the man? I may not have unlocked it. Because that should be priority merging. This should be on a low priority. No collision, proper overflow, great day, zero mistakes except for that unpackaging collision. It's always mistakes. Let's go and get that priority merger unlocked and put it in place, because that's... No, that actually doesn't matter there. Well... No. Yes, it does, because I need to make sure the empty canisters in the line are being dealt with first over the stuff that's coming in, and there's already a an overflow for the stuff that's coming in at the top, so let's go get that. So that's a good use for the priority merger. And then once I do that, I'm going to wrap up stream, because it's been a good episode. And what's that music coming from? I know where it's coming from, but like... Oh wow, man volume, manufacturer miner. Hubs for Satisfactory birthday. Yeah, but I want to turn that volume off. Nah. Because I'm using this footage in my recordings. That's right. Over here, it doesn't matter. That's quartz, and it's that. I need 15 and 20 and 100.
Priority merger unlocked. Useful for prioritizing between inputs to avoid eventual stoppage. If you have an issue with stoppage somewhere else, consult a physician instead.
Really, Ada? That might have been quartz tree done too. Nice. Alright, let's whack that in place and then we're going to wrap up stream. Pull out my space raft statue. It's very important. Priority merger control. Great. And this is confusing. Yeah, okay. So left is low, the center is high. Yep, there we go. That's perfect. That's doing what it should, what it's designed to do. So then that makes sure the empty canisters coming out of these aren't backing up, because this is down to 54%. But also this is backed up here as well, so that's also gonna, but that would have been causing that to happen. Yeah. So that also would have caused these are all at 70, yeah. That would have caused some of this to play up. Alright. We'll keep an eye on it. Charles, how you going? But I think that's it for the moment. We'll do the next one in the next episode, the next set of machines. There's not a lot more to do. This seems to be running smoother now. Look, there's hardly any going into the overflow. Still coming in at 225. But that's gonna, yeah, 210 is the proper rate. No, 200 should be, but anyway. We're dealing with excess fluid and sinking if it occurs. And I think I've got it, we just need to let it run for a bit to balance, but all these canisters are dropping down now, so yeah. I got home from work soon enough to catch you on at least. Thanks, Charles. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm in one of those, it's near the end of my day now, my stream. That's great. The canisters are all happening. Wow, we made 8 coupons today. Oh, maybe, I think some DNA capsules might have happened. I'd say because I was, I put some things in the slooping area box, carapaces and all that, which is great to replenish the ones that cost me 200 to buy this statue, the last statue before my golden nut. Alright, that's excellent. We'll redo that tomorrow for the other bit of heavy ore residue. I'll be very happy. I'm very happy with how it's progressing. Rightio, let's have a look here. Rightio, today, folks, awesome work. We initially had to redo the quartz trucks lines again. We did that yesterday, but they were still causing some traffic deadlocks, and I came up with a different way, a different route to go through, and that actually made a big difference to the well, we didn't have any more collisions or deadlocks for the rest of that episode. So thankfully that's sorted out. It was getting a bit frustrating there. We then turned our eye onto something I talked about yesterday, was setting up packaging for heavy oil residue, and for any excess heavy oil residue will get sunk. And we got all that set up there, and with all that being sunk, it's come along quite nicely. We will watch it and continue to make sure it keeps working okay. We do have some more to do in the next episode for the second turbo fuel production line, but now that I've got it figured out how to build it easily, we'll smash that out in the next episode, and then we'll be on to the motors, modular engines, and adaptive whatever it is for the space elevator parts. I think I'm a bit worn out, but yeah, having a good time doing it all, and that's the main thing. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.